Kenyans, including religious leaders from all faiths, about the crisis facing our country today. They have implored us to give dialogue, especially during these holy periods of Easter and Ramadan. It is in this context that we make this counter-offer to Hon Ruto's call for dialogue. Mr. Ruto has asked me and Azimio to enter into a constitutional, open-ended and binding dialogue with this government to find a resolution to the issues that we in Azimio have raised about the last year's election and the key governance and cost of living issues facing our country. As Kenyans know, we disputed the 2022 election results declared by the then IBC chairman, Wafula Chebukati, and a minority of 2 commissioners against the express decision of a majority of 4 commissioners to reject those results. To our consternation, the Supreme Court unfortunately agreed with the IBC. We refuse to accept the ruling of the Supreme Court as biased and lacking in proper jurisprudence. Since then, we have widely consulted with the people of Kenya throughout the width and breadth of this great country of ours. We have held rallies and more recently demonstrations in Nairobi and elsewhere. We believe that the people of this country understand the danger we face as a country. In our view, elections are sacred because they must represent the true voice of the people. We have raised the key issues that we face as a country, including the electoral injustice, the cost of living, the legitimacy of the IBC, the opening of the server for a forensic audit, the savage attacks on media and innocent civilians by the police, and the viability of our democracy, including buying off of members of parliament. We have said that members of parliament, once elected in political parties, must carry that mandate for the rest of the life of that parliament. I believe that Kenya is today facing its worst crisis in decades, out of which we could recover or go the way of other failed states. As leaders, it is our responsibility in Azimio, As leaders, it is our responsibility in Azimio la Umoja to save this country from the catastrophe. We as Azimio la Umoja have resolved the following. 1. We acknowledge Mr. Ruto's olive branch for a dialogue on key issues raised by Azimio la Umoja. To us, this is a positive development. 2. We agree that a balanced parliamentary process, co-chaired by both sides and backed by experts from outside, should proceed. In our view, this committee must be composed with immediate effect, with the strict deadlines for resolving the crisis facing the country. 4. In accepting the call for the dialogue, we ask that all arrests and prosecutions related to our demonstrations be stopped with immediate effect. In view of the foregoing, we stand down our demonstrations for Monday, that is tomorrow, April 3rd, 2023. 6. But in doing so, we want to emphasize that the right to assemble, to demonstrate, petition, and to speak are ironclad as provided for in our Constitution. 7. Therefore, we reserve our rights to call for demonstrations should this process not bear fruit. Should there be no meaningful engagement or response from Hon. Ruto